Salam students, you watched my country comparisons. Now let's pinpoint the absolute best fit for Pakistani A-Level achievers. Every student I meet asks me the same thing. So just tell me which country is the absolute best for a Pakistani A-Level student. But here's the truth. There's no single best choice for each and every one. The right country depends on your priorities. That's the cost that you're looking at, the kind of lifestyle, work opportunities, and whether you're aiming at permanent residency on completion of your studies or not.
Are you ready to explore opportunities that await you overseas? We provide guidance on selecting the right program, university, and location, tailored for your professional goals and career. To achieve your overseas goals and aspirations, go global with Shalee Global.
I'm Hassan Shariq, a former international admissions manager of York University and Deakin University, and an alum of Macquarie University, Sydney. Over the past 13 years, I've worked with more than 3,000 applicants from around the world in their university applications. So let's try and find your perfect match in the next 7 minutes. When I sit down with families, this question always comes first. Which country is the best? The problem is we usually start with the wrong checklist. Students often either look at rankings on Google, these days ChatGPT, or they're only looking at places where their cousins or friends went. But that doesn't tell you if the country fits you. From my experience, there are 3 core filters you need to apply. And these are: number 1, affordability. Not just tuition fees, but the total cost of living, minus scholarships, minus how much you can realistically earn part-time. Secondly, work rights, which are during the study, and the post-study work opportunities. Because unless you're fully funded, you'll likely need to work during your studies. And definitely right after graduation, it's a must. Thirdly, permanent residency pathways. Many Pakistani students and their families don't just want a degree abroad. They want the possibility of settlement, of building a long-term future in a developed country. So once you weigh these 3, the picture becomes clearer. And you realize different countries shine in different areas. So let's start with affordability first, because for most families, that's the deal breaker. Canada, tuition fees are generally between $20,000 to $35,000 a year. Partial scholarships are fairly common, say between $2,000 to $10,000 Canadian dollars for international students. Living cost can vary substantially. A student in, say, Toronto or Vancouver may spend Canadian dollar $1,500 to $2,000 per month. But in smaller cities like Winnipeg or Edmonton or Halifax, that drops to about 1,000 Canadian dollars or even less. Combine this with part-time earnings at Canadian dollars $16 to $18 an hour, and Canada often becomes the most affordable option. Australia, tuition is Australian dollar $35,000 to $50,000. Scholarships may not be very generous, though there are offerings, and I've even seen students get 30% to 50% off, so the possibility is there. Living costs in cities like Sydney and Melbourne are high, but then Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane are cheaper alternatives. My pick in Australia is Perth as the place to be if you're an international student. Students who plan well can balance it out in Australia. UK, tuition usually falls between £13,000 to £20,000 per year. The advantage here is speed. Degrees are usually only 3 years. So instead of paying for 4 years, like in Canada or the US, you're saving a full year of tuition and living. But keep in mind, cities like London are expensive, and even smaller UK cities are not really cheap anymore. USA, this is the most complex. Private universities have the highest sticker price. So you can look at US dollars $40,000 to $60,000 per year in the tuition fee. But at the same time, American universities offer the most generous scholarships and need-based aid. Some Pakistani students that I worked with have even received 70, 80% or even 100% funding. But the catch is competition, and it is fierce. And not every student gets those offers. You need to do a lot more than just good academics to achieve funding of this quality. Now let's talk about what matters right after affordability, and it is work and PR. Because let's face it, most students don't want to just survive abroad, they want a pathway forward for permanent residency. Canada, students can work 24 hours per week during term and full-time during breaks. After graduation, you get a 2 to 3 years post-graduation work permit. which is incredibly valuable. Most students use this to gain experience and then apply for immigration programs like Express Entry, and one can easily secure a PR within about 2 years of graduation. Australia, very similar rules. 48 hours every 2 weeks or fortnight during your study, term break full time. After graduation, you get a 2 to 3 years post-study work visa, which is longer in STEM fields like IT, engineering. These PR is a point-based system and usually takes 3 to 4 years, but it's still realistic if you're in a demanded field such as engineering, tech, healthcare. UK, you get 20 hours per week, work rights during studies, full-time, during term breaks. And on completion, you get a 2 years post-study work visa. PR in UK is much tougher. It usually requires 5 to 10 years and sponsorship. So it's not the most straightforward path. For those that are good in communication skills and have done their best in their studies, gained some experience before their graduation through internships and volunteer work, it isn't impossible though. It's the Great Britain. USA has incredible opportunities, but also the most uncertainty. During study, you can only work on campus, so those are limited. After graduation, you get 1 year of optional practical training, which is OPT, and up to 3 years if you're in STEM field. But to stay long-term, you need an H-1B visa and employer sponsorship. You need to put in many years before moving to green card status and the US passport. The US employers are used to hiring good talent by sponsoring them for work visas, so it is quite possible for good, competent people. There just isn't a points-based immigration system like the Canada or Australia. From my own journey, having studied in Australia, Canada, and UK universities and otherwise, what I have seen, I'll share with you. Canada comes out as the most balanced option, affordable net costs, good scholarship, strong part-time work, and a clear PR pathway. Visa refusal is an issue. That is why it's the #1 choice for Pakistani families today, because of the settlement opportunities. And it's my adopted homeland as well, so my bias is there as well. Australia is a close second. The student lifestyle is excellent, campuses are vibrant, and the post-study work visa is generous. The only challenge is PR taking a bit longer, but if you are in IT, engineering, or health sciences, your chances are very strong. If you study in a regional city like Perth, you add points for your PR. So proper planning, and you will get the PR. UK works best for students who want a fast-track degree, get in, get out in 3 years, and maybe come back to Pakistan or move elsewhere like Middle East, maybe Southeast Asia. But if your dream is a permanent settlement, then UK may not be the most suitable. USA is the land of opportunities, but it also has high risk with a high reward. If you land a big scholarship and get into a strong university, the career growth can be unmatched. But you must be ready for visa hurdles and high competition post-graduation. So, which country is the best? The answer is simple. The best country is the one that matches your priorities. If affordability and PR matters most, Canada leads. If you want a vibrant lifestyle with strong post-study options, Australia shines. If you want a shorter, focused degree, staying close to home, then UK is the practical choice. And if you're aiming for the biggest scholarship or research culture or campus lifestyle, the USA can transform your future. At Shalee Global, we help students map these choices to their personal goals. So they're not following the crowd, but making smart, informed decisions. With offices in Lahore, Dubai, and Toronto, we are here to guide you at every step. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next one in our A-Level series, where we'll walk you through how much does it really cost to study abroad. I'll see you there.